Okay, so I know a lot of you have been waiting to hear my thoughts on Dragon Ball The Breakers. Now, before I begin, let me say this. This is a video that I'm going to split up into different sections, okay? This is not going to be a game review per se. I guess you could think of it more like a game discussion. So, in order for me to feel comfortable breaking this down the way that I think it should be broken down, let's start with the good, we're going to go into the bad, and then we're going to go into my overall thoughts on the game at the very end of the video. Like I said, it's going to be broken up into sections, so don't worry. So let's start with the good. The good thing about this game, now there's several things about it I like in particular. Number one, this is one of the few Dragon Ball Z games that does not start with the Chala Head Chala theme. Now I know it's a classic iconic theme that we're all so used to hearing, but that is the problem right there. We're all so used to hearing it. Actually, if I remember correctly, instead of a theme, it more so has an opening trailer as to the villains and what the city looks like and how the villains become stronger and whatnot. I might have a clip of it up here. Maybe I'll do that, but it's nothing that we haven't seen. Remember the reveal trailer where we saw Cell walking through the city absorbing people? It's essentially that with a little bit more. So that's the first thing that I like about it. The second thing I like about this game is this. The idea of teamwork. It's very rare that Dragon Ball games have a lot of teamwork and cohesion on the mic or headset, as you call it these days. In video games, we have a few such as Battle of Z, but that game really flopped hard. Fighters also has that. There's not many more. Off the top of my head, I can't think of them right now, but there's a few, and this game brings that back. I do like games where I can play with my friends, have a good time. Not every game has to be super competitive, but this one is a competitive game. But you can also call up your buddy, be like, hey, let's go play. I like that. That's really enjoyable. That's another thing that really made this game much better for me. I do like this part in particular. Once you play the game and you get your level up, and the way it works is at the bottom left screen, you get a number from 0 to 3. And you have to find these cubes. I don't remember what they're called in the game, but these cubes give you the power-ups. So these cubes, you get enough, it builds up to level 1. You get more, level 2, more, level 3. Now, obviously, the higher you go up in the levels, the less the cubes give you to increase that bar. But once you get those levels, you turn into, in essence, you turn into the character that you have assigned for your skills. So mine, I believe my level 1 is Trunks. My level 2 is Tien. And my level 3 is Goku. It used to be Vegeta, but now I pick Goku. So when I go level 1, I'll turn into Trunks, I'll have his powers, but I will still look the same as my created character. And then I'll do the same thing on level 2. I'll have the powers of Tien or whoever it is for level 2. And then for level 3, I'll have the powers of Goku, the Kamehameha, Spirit Bomb, so on and so forth. That is pretty cool. It's almost like you're summoning the power of your master. Now, remember back in Xenoverse 1 and 2, I believe, once you got the mastery level with your teacher, you would do your ultimate move and their shadow would like appear next to you. It's kind of like that, but instead of just them being there, you take on their power. Now, another cool thing about this game, some people might not know this, once you get all 7 Dragon Balls and you make the wish to become stronger, you immediately turn into your master. So instead of having Goku's aura, I then turn into the character of Goku himself. But instead of it being my character in Goku's costume, no, I am Goku on that field and I'm fighting. Now that is enough to give survivors more than a chance to fight back. Now that being said, that's as far as it goes for the things I like about it. Those are 3 things I like about it. Now, we're going straight into the dislikes. Number 1, the killers in this game are way too strong. I mean, they are insanely strong. The first killer I played as a Cell. When I first played as Cell, I felt that the game is more balanced around Cell. Because Cell, albeit he starts in his larva state, he can still attack survivors, but he's not nearly as strong as he can be as you level up with Cell. Now, the way the villain level up system works is instead of getting those cubes I was telling you guys about, you fly around the map, you either absorb civilians or you down survivors and you absorb them. That's what Cell. With Frieza, he's looking for the Dragon Balls, so you either kill the civilians or the Namekians, and that'll level up Frieza. And then with Buu, you start as Spopovich, and you absorb their energy, you bring it back to like a spot, then they turn into Buu, and then you absorb more people, and then Buu turns, no, Boo turns into Super Boo, then you absorb more people, they become a part of Boo. Then they have to like pull themselves out, or you have to pull Fat Boo out, and then you turn to Kid Boo. Kid Boo I'm not sure with. I'm not too sure with. I have not played as Boo yet because I've just played against him, and we're gonna get into that later. So like I was saying, the game feels like it's more balanced around Cell because where Cell starts. Now, like I said, the big problem is that survivors, they go down so easy in this game. And that's another thing too. If you go down so fast, you can go down as early as the first 30 seconds of the game. And that's not a problem with that game in particular because it can happen in Dead by Daylight. But in this game, if you don't have your level 3 and you're not with a group of survivors, you stand no chance. Like in Dead by Daylight, you could run the killer for, if you were good enough, you could run the killer for damn near 5 gens. I've done it before. You could run the killer for 5 gens, 4 gens, 3 gens, 5 gens, and the 2 doors open if you're really good. This game, it does not feel like there's any skill involved in this game. It feels like the killer just brute forces you down, and that's it, you're done. And another problem, that's problem number 1, the survivors go down so fast. Problem number 2 is the items don't really feel like they do enough. Now, when I say this, I mean, as a survivor, you get rocket launchers, you get Vegeta's gloves, which will give you the Gallic gun. I believe there's those 2 things. Now, you get sensu beans, so if you get down, you can eat a sensu bean, or if somebody else is down, you can pick them up with a sensu bean. Now, the problem with the sensu beans is this right here. I've had moments where I've gotten down. The game will tell you to use your sensu bean, you use it, within that split second, you're down again. So the sensu bean is already gone, it's already invalid. You just wasted a sensu bean. And guess what? You're right where the villain just dropped you at. And he's just gonna absorb you and then move on to the next one. And now, that is problem number 2. The items are just useless. Like, this is the first game where it's like killer versus survivors that the killers feel like they're so overbearing. Like, and you guys know this, I play Dead by Daylight. Well, I don't play it anymore, but I used to play Dead by Daylight. And I thought that there were times where the survivors, like there's certain killers in that game like Nurse, for example. You pretty much stand no chance if you're playing against a really good Nurse. But this game takes it to a whole nother level. If you even try to just walk outside and the killer just happens to see you, I give you maybe 4 seconds before you drop dead. Now you have Frieza. I play Frieza mostly. I don't like Cell too much because when you play Cell, you almost feel like damn, bro, like he's really not as strong as the other killers. So when I play Frieza now, he is busted beyond belief because Frieza can destroy buildings from get-go. He can do everything that every other powered up villain can do in his first form. Cell can't do that. Cell's in his larva state. He has to really build up to that, and you have to absorb people in order to do that. Now Frieza in particular. Frieza has the ability to summon Zarbon and Dodoria. Guess where I'm going with this. Now, if I don't know where anybody is, right? Let's say there's like 5 sections on the map. There's A B C D. A through E. Yeah, A through E. There's 5 sections. So let's say I go to section A, which is a big portion of the map. But you know, there's C and D over there. I can literally pick Zarbon to go that way, pick Dodoria to go that way, and if I see nobody over here, but they see someone over there, they will find them. They'll point it out to me on the map and they will attack them and I'll know, okay, they're over there. So then I'll go over there, kill him, I level up, and then I could do the same thing. And this is what I mean when I say there's a problem with Frieza. Frieza feels like he's too broken for the game. But Frieza is broken. Okay, Frieza's broken. I'll just flat out say he's broken. Frieza can have multiple eyes in one direction. I mean, multiple eyes in multiple directions. Cell could sense ki, but to be able to send somebody in like 2 different areas, that's a little bit too much, okay? That's a big problem. Then you have Boo, who I said I've not played against, but Boo is so busted and broken, and he's the only reason, he's the only killer I haven't played as, and that's why I don't play as him, because he's so busted and cheap. First of all, Boo literally makes you feel like you're nothing. Okay, Boo makes you feel like you're nothing because Boo, once he absorbs you, and like you get to the point where it's Super Boo and you're inside him, they have to start ripping Boo out. The survivors have to rip Boo out, and when they do that, they bring out Kid Boo, which is even stronger. Now, I don't even know if I've ever gone against Kid Boo because once you get to the point where you're playing Super Boo, once you're inside him, it's pretty much over. Like, the only point that you would ever see Kid Boo is if the killer is just taking it easy on you. Because again, the survivors go down like that. Like 1, 2, 3, you're done. That's it. And you get this little barrier of protection. So what happens now is the killer will blast you, and you won't go down immediately. You'll have a barrier that activates, and the barrier takes like another hit for you. So once this barrier takes a hit, you could kind of like try to get away, but here's the problem. The killer's just spamming key blast, spamming. They're coming one after another after another. It's not like it hits you and then like, oh, it stops. No, it's not like Dead by Daylight where you get a hit, or like you get hit and you get like a boost of speed in your gun. No, it's not like that. You get hit, you are going down. If you have that barrier, you're going down. It doesn't matter. The killers are so overbearing in this game. So the problem comes into play. You go down. This has happened. You go down, your teammate goes down, another teammate goes down, all three you go down in one spot. I've seen that happen. And these are people that are like level 40, 50, 60. These are survivors that have good experience. The killers are so overbearing. You get hit in the right area, that's it, you're done. And now this is another problem that is with the game, but this isn't to this game only. A lot of players in this game are very selfish. I've had games where people have harassed me to get the Dragon Balls. Like I've had like 5, 6 Dragon Balls. People will follow you up and down. They will not be getting keys in order to activate the time machine for you all to escape. They will flat out ignore the objective to try and get the Dragon Balls from you. This has happened to me several times, and I don't know why players are like, actually, I was just telling my friend about this. I had a game where I went down. I think I had like 2 Dragon Balls on me. Maybe I had 1. This guy comes all the way from the other side of the map. I'm like, okay, he's gonna pick me up so we can get back into it. He literally comes up to me, takes my Dragon Ball, and walks off, and I die. I'm like, wow, this game is really something. There's people like this on this game now. And it's not like the killer was camping me either. And that's another thing too in this game. Killers like to camp you. But again, that's not really a problem with this game. That's a problem with like games in general. You always have those lame players that just camp and they just sit there and wait for everybody else to come nearby. Those are the players that are just whack and they're never really going to be that good. But again, this game has no skill in it anyway, so are they really doing anything that bad? You know, I don't think so. So then the whole premise of the survivors is to do this, is to get the keys to build up the time machine to escape. Now you guys heard me allude to this before. So there's 5 keys throughout the map. Now what I like to do, because when I play killer, is I'll kill 2 people or I'll kill a certain amount of human beings or Namekians. And once they get a key, it'll notify the killer what section they found the key. Like it'll say A through E, right? And the one that's highlighted lets you know, okay, they got the key in that area. So what I'll do, I'll kill people and I'll have my ultimate attack waiting. Your ultimate attack destroys anything. So I'll have my ultimate attack waiting. The minute that thing's highlighted, I destroy it. They can't use the key. So then now the survivors are panicking. And when I play killer, since it's so easy, and I'm not even saying I'm skilled, it's just so easy, I just literally hound people. I don't give them any chance to do anything, and they lose. You like as killer in this game, there's nothing a survivor can do to stop you. The only chance the survivors have is when the time machine's ready, all 7 of them, if they all gang up on you at the end, if you don't play it properly, they can mess you up. I've seen that happen before, and it's happened to me. They can mess you up bad. They can kill you. But if you know what you're doing, and if you have your right levels, and if you know how to use your powers, it doesn't matter how many of them are there. You're going to body them, and it's not even going to be fair. But again, it all depends on how you play. So now we're at the overall section of the game. So overall, my thoughts on this game is this. I don't think this is a good game. I'm going to be very, very honest when I say this. I don't think that this is a good game at all. I think this game has a lot of balancing issues. And this is coming from somebody that prefers to play killer. Every game I play, I always prefer to play killer. I can see why survivors don't like this. It's not very fair for them. And being somebody who, like I said, likes to play killer, I jumped over, played survivor, and I was just like, yeah, this is not fun. So from the standpoint of this, right, like I said, I don't play Self. Self feels like he's a little too balanced. And that's another thing you'll see. A lot of people don't play Self. Most people play Freezer or Boo. It just doesn't feel like it's a good game. It feels like this game needs a lot more balancing done to it and a lot of reworks. And killers need to really be nerfed. And I think this is what they should do. When you get your power-ups, you have a time limit to use this. And it's not like it lasts a minute. I believe it's 30 seconds. It could be a little bit longer. But the more power you use, like Kamehamehas and Spirit Bombs, it drains the bar faster. This is what I think they should do. I think level 1 should be geared toward escaping. because level 1 is essentially useless. Like when I turn into Trunks, I just try to fly away. It's useless. You're not going to fight the killer with that. The killer's going to body you before you even get a chance. So I think level 1 should be used more toward escape. It should have like they have the Kaioken. It should have like a move that like, it's like a help me get out of here move in level 1. Like the killer hits you and you're kind of off guard. You should be able to like teleport or something and get away from them very quickly. Number 2, when you get level 2 should feel like more of, okay, if I have enough people around with me, I have a fighting chance. Number 3 should feel like, okay, I'm powerful enough to actually do some damage to you. Like you're not just gonna sit up here and bully me. Level 4, it already is fine. I think level 4 is fine. The way you get it is with the Dragon Balls, but it's like I said, you summon your character, and you could beat the killer's ass by yourself. But it's so hard to get, and I don't think they should change level 4. I think level 4 is fine, but I think 2 and 3 need to be a little bit reworked. But overall, like I said, guys, I don't think that the game is a good game. I think the game needs to be balanced. If I had to give a review for the game, I don't know what score I'd give it, honestly. Maybe like a 3 or something. It's enjoyable, but when you're Survivor, it's not fun at all. It makes you not want to play the game anymore. And then the currency, the in-game currency, and then they have the microtransactions. Yeah, it's just, I wouldn't recommend anybody get this game right now. I think they need to balance it a lot more before you start to think about purchasing this game. It's only $30, so it's not like it's the most expensive game, but it's not $30 it's not worth your money. I would save my $30 and buy something else. So my thoughts on the game are that they definitely do need to rework it, and I hope that they see this video so they make some changes. So those are my thoughts on it, guys. Let me know what you guys think if you played it down below. That's all I got.